Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Kryptonite or Crosby. Welcome to another DNReviews.net video. Today we got coming up Dead by Daylight, Zelda Hyrule Warriors, Gods and Monsters, as well as Vigor. So stay tuned for that. Please make sure to leave a like as well as a follow if you do enjoy our content and want to support us further. And yeah, check out all the links down in the description below. Dead by Daylight has a massive following and we are big fans of the game. Behavior Interactive has released the latest and much anticipated update called Descend Beyond. This new update is available on the Nintendo Switch and other platforms. So what does update 2.01 include? There is a new killer, new survivor, game changes, and bug fixes. This new chapter introduces a new killer called the Blight, who was an alchemist called Talbot Grimes that was disturbingly mutated into a terrifying creature in his pursuit for knowledge. The killer's power is quite unique and interesting as well. He injects himself with a mysterious fluid to gain power, speed, and rushes forwards towards survivors. The new survivor is called Felix Richter, who is a visionary architect that is capable of forming strategic plans to help others. Behavior Interactive is working towards improving the game's visuals and has started its first step towards this goal with this update. They have upgraded the visuals for maps like Springwood, Badham Preschool Maps 1 to 5, and Yamoka Estate, Family Residence, and Sanctum of Wrath. The developers will keep upgrading the rest of the maps as new updates come out. However, they have upgraded several things in this update like generators, pallets, lockers, chests, and other items in the game. Finally, there have been several bug fixes such as flashlight aiming, which now aims towards the center, and many other fixes that touch on killers, survivors, perks, and more. Next up, we have Zelda Hyrule Warriors. Nintendo has just announced a whole new Zelda game. This one is titled Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. It has been developed in partnership with Koei Tecmo. What's the plot, you ask? Well, it takes place 100 years prior to the events that took place in Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game features similar gameplay style to Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors. The gameplay is strategic in nature with heavy action and combos to deliver an intense experience. The story focuses deeply on the Great Calamity and the events that took place during the time in details. Visually, the game looks beautiful and is heavily inspired from Breath of the Wild. You can play using Link, Zelda, and other familiar characters from the Zelda universe. In addition, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is based on environmental puzzles, crafting, and skill building. Finally, this game will be available on November 20th. However, we will learn more about this game on September 26th, since Nintendo plans to share more details. Next up, we have Gods and Monsters. Gods and Monsters is an anticipated Nintendo Switch game that is being developed by Ubisoft Quebec, the same team that worked on Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The similarities between both games can be noticed instantly. A mythological world highly dependent on an ancient Greek mythology and culture. Gods and Monsters was announced back in 2019, but its release date has been pushed forward since then, and we haven't heard much news about it since. Until now. Reports have claimed that Ubisoft has renamed the open world action adventure to Immortals Fenyx Rising, and we expect to hear more about this game on September 10th during the Ubisoft Forward broadcast. The game gives you the role of Fenyx, a hero called upon by the gods to help them regain their former glory. You will fight powerful mythological creatures during your adventure and encounter iconic mythological characters. Several news outlets have compared the game and gameplay of Gods and Monsters to Zelda Breath of the Wild. That may be true, but it is not bad timing at all, but a successful formula to live up to. The gameplay certainly looks interesting from what we have seen so far. New reports that came out recently suggest that the game will launch on December 3rd, but can be verified soon, and we will keep you updated. Finally, an interesting feature in the game is that the game's lore will be narrated by Homer, the ancient Greek poet. Equally exciting is that you will be able to face off against mythological creatures such as Typhoon, Gorgons, Cyclops, and Hydras. If you are interested in this game, stay tuned with us as we learn more about it on September 10th. Next up, we have Vigor. Imagine you find yourself in an apocalyptic scenario where you build a shelter to try and survive the extreme environment surrounding you. However, you are not the only player there, but there are many other Outlanders that are trying to survive just like you. Will you loot them, kill them, or team up with them? This online shooter game offers several modes to experience this new type of action, with modes such as shootout and elimination. Developed by Bohemia Interactive, Vigor is quite a competitive game that was released on Nintendo Switch on July 8th of this year, and you can play it by buying the Founders Pack for $20. However, it will become a free-to-play game on September 23rd for Nintendo Switch users. Other platforms like PS4 will get it on November 25th, and PS5 will get it later in the year. The game allows up to 12 players to participate in this experience, which takes place in post-war Norway. Upon launch, the game was very positively received, so it is a game that you can look forward to on the Nintendo Switch. Visually, it looks superb, and if you haven't purchased the Founders Pack to play the game yet, then be sure to keep an eye on it for its release on September 23rd, because this game we definitely recommend. That's all I got for you today, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you enjoyed or found this helpful, please make sure to leave a like, a sub if that is your thing, and please check out all our links in the description below, or at least take a peek at them, please and thank you. And maybe leave a comment of which game you are excited about. With that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace, please.